Karl Anthony Towns of the Timberwolves. A lot of excitement. You're kind of an excitable, enthusiastic guy.
Yeah.
What's your read of this market and how eager people are for this Timberwolves season?
Well, I think first of all, the Timberwolves fans are going to have such a great season watching us play. I think that the hype is for real. I think that we have a team that has great veteranship, great experience now, thanks to now being my third year, Andrew having his fourth year, and just having a lot more older players. You know, Jamal Crawford, Aaron Brooks is here, Taj Gibson, Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler. I mean, this is a team that really has the experience needed and knows what it needs to do to be in the playoffs. Not only be in the playoffs, but make it deep in the playoffs as well.
Make it deep. I mean, a 13-year drought gets all the attention.
Yes.
So you guys aren't just going to be happy with a 1 and out.
No, absolutely not. You have to set standards for yourself. A standard is not just to make it. We want to go in there. We want to fight. And, you know, when you're in the playoffs, anything can happen. So we have such a great talent. We have a very unique team with a unique skill set. Having, you know, me, Taj, Jimmy, Wig, Jeff, we almost feel like we could switch any 5 people onto any other 5 people at any given time.
You actually, you mentioned skill sets. You can take people way outside, and this team needs to make more three-pointers. I think that's the general consensus after finishing last. Where is it going to come from? Is it going to come from the new personnel and the shooters, or is it going to come from guys like yourself just adding even more to your game?
I think that's the scary part for other teams. You know, when you're watching us play, you're going to have to find out who you're going to have to guard, because you never know who will be shooting the 3 ball that night. And, you know, when we all have improved our games, gotten sharper shooting the 3 ball as well. And like you said, it is somewhere we need to improve at. I think that's one spot on offense. I think but when you're top 10 in offense in the league and you're, you know, on the bottom of defense, that's where really our change needs to come.
It's interesting. That almost surprised people that you would be a top 10 offensive team. With Tom Thibodeau coming here, I think the expectation was it would be a defense-first kind of a mentality. So how do you hitch that up and get that up in the
Again,
in the
that's
top
experience. 10? I think that's just experience. You know, when you have veteranship and experience, you know more. You know, the greatest thing about having Jimmy and having Taj, they know how it is to play for Tibbs. They got his system already down packed. They played for him for years. So, you know, for other players like me, Andrew, you know, it's our first year in a system like that. And now we got it. Now we know where we could take our chances, where we could use our instincts a little better, not just kind of follow the system, but, you know, be basketball players. So this year is going to be great. I think that we're going to have a very successful year. I'm very excited, and I can't wait to start.
What have you seen in Jimmy Butler as an opponent from afar that makes you eager to get to know him and really sort of follow his lead?
I mean, let's start off with the fact that he's one of the best two-way guards in the league, if possibly even be the best. And he's just someone so talented, and his ability just to be a great character and a great teammate is what makes him so valuable as well.
Are you going to spend any extra time with Jeff Teague? We hear about the potential for the pick and roll with you two guys. Is that something where you almost take it in the lab and learn each other inside and out?
We've had some good time already this summer working with each other, working on the pick and roll. I think we're going to have a great year. I think the pick and roll is already kind of set with both of us. And, you know, the thing about the pick and roll that makes us very dangerous is Jeff is such a great scorer. Ricky was a great scorer inside, and getting the ball to the basket was a specialty of his as well. And once at the second part of the year, if you probably saw, his 3 ball was just falling everywhere. So it was very effective. And Jeff, you know, the only thing I really see that Jeff could do a lot more different is he's so fast and so quick and stops on a dime. Obviously has more athleticism, and he could do a lot more things. So I'm very excited to be with Jeff. I think the pick and roll game is going to be great. I think Utah has such a special player with Ricky Rubio. You know, it's the only thing is I'm blessed to say that I played with one point guard in the beginning of my career, and I get to move on to another great point guard as well.
That's very nice, very gracious teammate for you to remember Ricky that way as well. You mentioned Utah. The Western Conference is stocked with teams that want to thwart your plans and get in your way. What do you make of the competitive level in the West and across the league overall?
I think the West is just getting stronger, and it's just getting stronger by the day. And, you know, that's the best thing I got to hear all summer, because I love playing against the best of the best. And when the competition is that high, it brings out the best in all of us, especially me. And now that I know that every single day, it was already like that last year and my rookie year, but especially this year, you know, every year you're playing against a superstar, and it makes it that much fun to step on the court and give your all.
Karl, you could conduct this interview yourself, it seems like here. I'll just ask one last question. You're a fan of the NBA.
Yes.
Are there any particular player or team that you're curious to see how this coming season plays out for him or them?
You know, I think that obviously, I think as you being a reporter as well, I think that there's a lot of teams that are very intriguing in the NBA. I think when you think of the intriguing teams, you're looking at Oklahoma City with Paul George and Russell Westbrook. You're looking at Houston with Chris Paul and James Harden. They're 1-3 in ball possession. How is that going to work out? So, you know, there's a lot of intriguing teams out there. I think there's even more intriguing teams. I think how is Golden State going to replay what they did last year? Cavaliers without Kyrie, how is that going to go? Kyrie now with the Celtics, how is that going to go? So, you know, I think that what's so great about that trade is that, I mean, as a fan, as a basketball fan, not as a player, but as a fan, that trade made the East more interesting. You know, now you have another team who I feel could really challenge to be the #1 seed in the East and take down the Cavs. So it's going to be fun to watch. You know, I'm glad I'm in the West. I got enough problems already. So looking at the East, though, it's going to be a lot of fun. Joel Embiid coming into his second year. You know, Markelle Fultz getting the start. There's a lot of great talent this NBA has to see, and it's no better time than now to be an NBA fan, if I may say.
That's great. We appreciate the analysis. Thanks very much. You guys
pleasure.
are League Pass darlings, and I presume you want to keep that going deep into the spring.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.